I'm Diana DeRosa, and I'm speaking with Julie Goodnight, who lives in Salida, Colorado, and is the owner and CEO of Goodnight Training Stables. So, Julie, you and I have chatted before, and you have an incredible background. So, what I really want you to share with people is all the different things that you did to get into the horse world.
Well, I never planned it that way, but I ended up having a whole mishmash full of training. I grew up on the East Coast in Florida, riding hunter jumper. I rode race horses all through college. And then I found my home in the Rocky Mountain West. My father was into horse packing in the mountains, so I've done a lot of trail. And as an adult rider, I got into Western performance sports and particularly cow horse. So yeah, I've done a lot, and I got to tell you, I've learned from every aspect of horsemanship. All of it has made me a better horseman.
And you know what the beauty of that is all of that has also made you a better teacher and a better person to be able to share with all these different people. So let's move on to Equine Affaire, because you're going to be doing a couple of things there. Talk about what you're going to be doing, and maybe you could share a few tips along the way.
You bet. Well, I'm excited to be back at Equine Affaire this year. It's been a very long time since this will be my first trip back since before the pandemic. And I normally am only there every other year anyway. So then it's been three coming up on 4 years now. So I can't wait to be there. I've got some great presentations. I've been going to Equine Affaire for a couple of decades now. So I've done a lot of different stuff there, but I try to come up with new things, and they, of course, want new things in their program. So one thing I'm excited about this year is I'm doing a clinic on Thursday on training green horses. Mm-hmm. Now, there was a time when we thought of that as a young horse, but these days there's so many horses coming out of the rescue system, Mustang programs, whatever, and people find themselves with green horses of all ages because you might adopt a horse that's 12 years old and has had very little handling or training. So it's going to be just strictly applied to green horses of any age, not just colt training. And we'll talk about how to get that horse going on the right track, different scenarios. Hopefully have some great variety horses in there. So that should be a fun clinic. And I'm also doing a workshop on bonding with horses. Everybody wants to know, how can I have a better relationship with my horse? How can I make my horse trust me? Which, by the way, I'll tell you, you cannot make trust happen. You have to earn trust. And also, trust doesn't always look like what people think it is with horses, particularly people coming new into the sport. They sometimes think you develop trust by bribing a horse into liking you with giving them treats. Sometimes they think that allowing a horse to act the way he wants to act or indulging his silliness might make him like you better. But in fact, the opposite is true. Horses trust when you are clear in your expectations, consistent in the way you handle them and reinforce them, and that you remind them how to act. You raise them up. And when you act the same way around horses all the time, that's how they learn to trust you. And horses are learning every minute of every day. So as we all know, they learn the wrong things just as easily as they learn the right things. So we're going to talk a lot about making sure you develop that good relationship with that horse where he looks up to you, and where also you raise up your own leadership skills to rise to the level of your horse's expectation. So I think there'll be a lot there for everybody, whether you're new to horses or an old hand, you'll find something there. And then on Saturday, I have one of my most popular presentations, which is called Riding for Life. And you and I can vouch for that. This is a lifetime sport, and just going to be some special information for equestrians that have been riding later in their life, and some important aspects about their fitness, their posture, their balance, all those kind of things, getting the right partnership with a horse, all those things that will help make sure you can ride well into your 90s. That's our goal. So, and then, I have another workshop on horses and leadership. And I have been working along with my good friend Barbara Schulte, and we've been doing some corporate training, leadership training programs for people completely outside the horse industry. And that's really been eye-opening in terms of the value horses bring to that venue. And it's fun for us to work with people that have never been around horses and let them see the sheer joy or the awe that comes as you learn about them and how to relate to them. So I'm going to do a workshop there. This will be more for horse people, but I'll kind of share the corporate leadership part. And I think in terms of tips, gosh, your leadership, what all horses crave is strong, benevolent leadership. They love authority and consistency and a strong leader because it makes them feel safe. And that's what horses seek more than anything else in life, is that feeling of safety. So this is about how you comport yourself as a leader to your horse and develop that extra strong relationship. I have a friend and neighbor. She lives just across the street from me. And about a year ago, she bought a horse. Well, it was during, the horse crazies of the pandemic, when everyone we know was buying horses. And she got caught up in that. And gosh, she paid a lot of money for what seemed like a pretty well-trained horse. She bought it sight unseen off the internet. And from a very reputable seller, nonetheless. It was a 6-year-old horse, and she wasn't really ready for that young a horse. And this horse, he's a really nice horse, but he needs a strong leader. Otherwise, he's going to want to take over. And she's kind of the other way around. She's a little, let's face it, she's a little mamby-pamby and a little wishy-washy, kind of wanted to baby him into liking her. And, the next thing you know, he was calling all the shots. And it wasn't pretty. It devolved into a quite unproductive and really unsafe relationship. And fortunately, we were able to get her on the right track by developing her leadership skills, making her understand that the horse was going to actually be happier when there were rules to follow and when all of it was reinforced. And so things turned around rapidly there, but it just goes to show you how quickly things can fall apart when you do fall down in your leadership. So these are life skills, not just horsemanship skills, of course. And so it's fun to talk about, and horses are such a powerful tool for that. So I've got quite a few presentations in a variety of aspects. Oh, also one, I wouldn't be an Equine Affaire if I didn't help people improve their riding. That's what people tend to come to me the most for. So I do have one clinic just simply about raising your own riding skills and trying to get to that next level, whatever level you're starting with. So that'll be on a Sunday, I think. So got a lot of.
Yeah, I got to tell you, really, I love that so much of this sort of is with the times. And I think we can also relate, you talk about sort of life skills. Well, it's true. Some of the stuff you can relate in our personal relationship. So now we have to understand a little bit more about that relationship with the horse. So Julie, I want to thank you very much for chatting with me. Do you have any last words you'd like to say?
Well, sure. I hope everybody will come by our booth. We're in 610 at the Bricker Building. Got some, you can sign up for free giveaways from Equine and from Shoshin. So that'll be a lot of fun. And of course, I'll be there to answer your questions. If you'd like a free autographed picture, you can grab that as well. And if you'd like more information, you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at Julie Goodnight. Also, you can check out my free daily doses of horsemanship videos at juliegoodnight.com. So there's lots there for everybody to learn, and so much of it's free information.
Well, thank you again, Julie. You truly are a legend. You've done so much to help people and horses. So thanks, and I'm really looking forward to seeing you at Equine Affaire. And I'm Diana DeRosa reporting for the Equus Television Network.